Right, okay, fan reaction time then. Swansea City 0, Burnley 2. Disclaimer, I wasn't there unfortunately, as I'm sure you're all aware by where I recorded my 60-second review. However, I still managed to watch the match. So I feel like I can, still give my opinion on it. But what a day for Burnley. Like, genuinely, what a day for Burnley. Not only did Burnley win, Leeds drew, and Blackburn lost. I mean, I know Blackburn doesn't mean anything in the context of our season, but it's always good to see them lose. And they seem to do a lot of that at the minute, don't they? I don't know where they found this new manager from. I think I said that last week, didn't they? Well, he looks awful. But anyway, let's talk about the match. I thought Burnley was superb. And I also feel like we didn't even get out of second or third gear as well. I thought we were comfortably the better side. Easily good value for the win. My only, not criticism, but the only thing I would have liked us to have done is put the game to bed with a third, but that's just me being super picky. Because, they did have that chance with the header. It's the only chance I think they had. I can't remember off the top of my head any other chances. And if that goes in, we're then worried a little bit, but I don't feel like we sat back. I saw some people saying like we soaked up loads of pressure in the second half. Did we? I felt like when the first half started, Burnley started it on the front foot, and for the first 15-20 minutes, they were trying to get that third goal. It's not like we just sat back and said 2-0 will do us, we're going to sit back now and defend. We did try and get that third goal. Obviously, it didn't come. Not Loren. Anthony had a chance. Foster had that header. We just couldn't get that third goal, but it weren't for one to try in. We did try and get that third goal and finish them off. However, probably in the last 15-20, we did sort of like not sit back, just took our foot off the gas a little bit. That allowed Swansea slightly back into the game, and we had to soak up some pressure probably for 5-10 minutes, not for the majority of the second half, like I've seen people say. But a professional job. I said that on the 60-second review, and not long after that, Parker said it in his interview. And I'm not saying Parker watches the 60-second review. Maybe. No, he doesn't. But yeah, I felt like I know what I'm talking about as soon as I saw Parker say that. But yeah, I do feel like it was a professional job. It could have been a lot different. I feel like that early goal was huge, and I said it at the time on Twitter. I felt like it was huge. It proper eased the nerves, I didn't see any nerves, but there's going to be nerves in the end of the season, especially when you see your rivals drop points in Leeds. There's going to be some of it, and that early goal, bang, gone. And I tell you what, I know it's just a tap-in, and I know some people say he likes to. I think somebody said it on the video last week. He's a flat track bully, is Josh Brownhill. How do people not rate this man? The midfield, in my opinion, always looks better when we play the three Joshes. And I know I've said before, I've sometimes stood here and criticised Josh Loren. I do sometimes feel like his quality on the ball isn't as good as any of the other midfielders. But we just look so much better in the middle when he's in there. And he, today, was superb. One of, if not the... I'm going to leave a man of the match to the full-time show tomorrow. But one of, if not the best performers on the pitch. He was fantastic. He was absolutely everywhere. They say that 2/3 of the world is covered in water. Well, today the other third was covered by Josh Loren. He was fantastic. And Cullen as well. Like, Cullen, he wasn't as good as the other two today. But even so, like, I still feel like when he's there, he just makes us tick. And it goes under the radar. Loren was superb. Brownhill got the goal and was superb. There was a couple of occasions, to be fair, where Brownhill did make the wrong decision or didn't execute a pass very well. I remember we went through on goal, didn't we? I think it were 3-on-2 in their favour. But Brownhill got in behind the defenders, and you just needed a nice pass to Jadon Anthony, and he just couldn't execute it perfectly. But again, that's me being super picky. I do feel like Josh Brownhill played well today. I feel like Josh Loren was even better, and the other Josh Cullen. Like I said, that midfield three, that is my midfield three. That is a midfield three I think we should be starting. I think the midfield looks a lot more balanced. I think we tend to do better when someone will say that's statistically wrong. I've got nothing against Hannibal. I actually do like him, but I feel like at the minute, it's them three. There's going to be, occasions where, Loren doesn't play as well as he does today or whatever. And then Hannibal can come back in. But I feel like it's a good problem to have, that midfield. I feel like, that we are rotating that midfield quite well. And I know for a fact that when Hannibal comes back into the team, he will be more than good enough. Excuse me, because I did feel like he played quite well against West Brom on Tuesday, to be fair. Who else was there? Jadon Anthony. And I tell you what, he's another one that for some reason has been a scapegoat this season in some games. But he was superb today, absolutely superb. And he got the goal, pure vibes, by the way. And yeah, fantastic as well. He was running at defenders, he was putting balls in the box, he was stretching the play. He was superb. And again, he's another one that I just don't understand why some of you don't rate him. Yes, there may have been occasions where I said he played poorly, but I've never not rated him. And obviously the same goes for Josh Brownhill. Absolutely superb today. I thought Fleming, the ball just doesn't stick to him. And again, I'm being super critical. I feel like I have to offer a balanced review, so I always feel like I have to say something as well about certain things. I felt like the ball just didn't stick to him as well again today. Got no problem with him and his output and stuff. I just would like him to hold the ball up a bit better, if I'm going to be brutally honest with you. But yeah, absolutely superb. And I tell you what, I know Chris said it on his fan reaction, but we can now look at the rest of the season with optimism. Yes, we might be, getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, because after the international break, I can't remember, is it Bristol City and then Coventry? But we've got some tough games, and I do agree with when people say like we have the toughest running out of the three. I genuinely agree with that. But there's something about us at the minute. Since Edwards come in, I think it was Burnley Way who shared the stat. I think I can't remember exactly, so apologies if I get this wrong. But I think in the 10 games before he signed, we scored 10 goals. In the 10 games after he signed, we've scored 17. And he's not played in all of them as well. The first game he started was Sheffield Wednesday. But yeah, we just look so much better. We're still keeping clean sheets. Not as many as earlier in the season, admittedly. But now the more important thing is we're putting the ball in the back of the net now. Superb from Burnley today. Still feel like we had a few more gears to go. We're going into the international break now with confidence. We can, and the lads will be feeling the same. They're going to go into the international break now. They're going to be buzzing at Barnfield, Gothorpe, whatever it's called these days. Buzzing, going into training. I'm sure they'll have some time off as well, to be fair, or some of them might even go away. But they're going to come back relaxed. They're going to come back confident. And I feel like it's absolutely massive that Leeds dropped points today, and obviously we won. 2 points is a gap now to them. Just come on Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow. Just come on Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow, today, or whenever it is you're watching this. But yeah, I genuinely think that we're going to do it. Fingers crossed. I don't know. We'll see what happens at Hillsborough tomorrow. Up the classes.